Hello everyone and welcome back to the Little Purple Potting Shed Diaries. I've just poured myself a nice hot cup of chamomile tea. I think in the last video I said that I like to drink my chamomile tea at night just before bed. It's actually 2 o'clock on a Thursday. But my car's back in the garage. Like, we sorted the bumper problem out. No problem, we got a second-hand bumper which actually looks better than the original one, so the bumper's been sorted out. And then I went to drive it yesterday morning and it broke down at the crossroads, and luckily there was a man in the co-op car park that helped me hill start it, and I drove it back home. I was only about a minute drive from home. Anyway, I was talking to my boyfriend over WhatsApp and he was helping me, try and solve the problem. And it all came down to the alternator. So it's gone into the garage today. They rang me up just now and it's going to cost, with labour and everything, just under £300. So, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit stressed. And to make matters worse, my boyfriend lives 287 miles away, so I can't really ask him to come down and help because it's far to come. And my dad and my mum are both on holiday in Tenerife, sunning it up on some beach. But no, I'm really happy for them. Like, they're having such a great time and they deserve it. But I just felt like a little bit helpless. Like, I know nothing about cars. And when my car broke down, I was sat there thinking, I don't have anyone to ring for help. And it just made me feel like rubbish. So yeah, it's been fixed at the garage. It should hopefully be ready by the end of the day, but it's just another thing. And I thought it was just going to be January blues, and January is going to be rubbish. But it's February now. I don't know why I'm laughing. But the past month has just been so stressful. And I get stressed really, really easy anyway. And I guess I've just been really, really overwhelmed. With everything. I can't seem to focus on anything at all. I think one of my problems is I'm trying to live 3 lives, basically. And I know that sounds odd, but I'm trying to put 100% into the blog and the YouTube videos. I wish I could do them every day, all the time. I wish I could come up the allotment every day and film videos, but I can't do that because when it comes down to it, I need the money. I know people say money don't make the world go round, but you need money to survive. So yeah, and then the other part of me really wants to make Lavender and Leeks a huge success as a business. And I want to work on it so hard. And then there's my life in Wales, which I'd really, I'd love to move there and settle down and things and make that my life. But there's 3 different things there. I'm struggling to make them into one. Because obviously I can't come up the allotment because I'm trying to work. I can't go to Wales because I'm trying to work, and because I'm trying to make a blog and things up the allotment. So I'm just I seem to just be trying to do too much, and wearing myself quite thin, if that makes sense. And I've been trying to find ways to try and put them all together, or to make my life a little bit easier, but it's just tricky at the moment. But yeah, I think I'm just doing too much. And also I just want to add that social media has gotten me a bit down lately. Like, I know people say, you know, that you only show the best on social media, and, you know, the pictures on Instagram are always the best pictures. And I am quite prone to doing that myself. I don't want to stop it as well. But I just, you know, like, you compare yourself to other people on social media and you think, you know, that you're not good enough, or, you know, that there's better people out there. And there have been times when I felt like I didn't want to make videos anymore, or I didn't want to blog anymore, because I just wasn't good enough. And it's not a very nice feeling at all. So I think I need to have a good cough or something, because I feel really bunged up. But no, seriously, I need to sort of step back and not worry about social media so much. I mean, I know that social media is like a huge part of the business, and, you know, we're on Instagram and Facebook and WordPress and Twitter and things like that. But I just feel like I need to stop comparing myself to other people, because everybody is unique, you know, everybody has different things, you know. So I think you just gotta, well, I need to tell myself this, that you just gotta stop comparing yourself to other people and have a bit more faith in yourself, which is what I need to do. I need to actually start looking after myself a bit more, because I tend to put other people before me. So now that that rant's all finished with, I'm going to go on to a quick little thing that I picked up last week. I ordered it online, and it's something I've been looking at for a while now. I took the plunge last week. After looking at some reviews and things, I found this one on Amazon. Oh, let me show you the box first. It's an Anjou aroma diffuser. So it's an essential oil diffuser, basically. And I picked it up from Amazon for about £25, which isn't too much compared. I mean, you can buy some oil diffusers for, you know, up to £200. You know, they have body clocks and alarm clocks and all these fancy things. But this is basically just a light and a oil diffuser. So I can't show you how it works, unfortunately, because it runs on your mains and I don't have electricity in my shed. But this is it. Oh, you can't see it. So all you need to do is you take the top off, and there's sort of a container there, and you get a little measuring jug in the box, and you fill it up twice with water, and then you add your drops of essential oil. Now, I add about 10 drops, but I think they recommend about 4 to 5 drops. So I added 10 by accident the first time, but the smell was really nice, so now I just add 10. And then there's your buttons here. So like I said, this bit is a light, and it has quite a few different colour lights you can choose from, or you can choose the option which runs through all the colours, which is really nice. You could also just turn the light off if you don't want the light on. And then the other button controls the diffuser, and that comes out the top here. But you have 1 hour, 3 hour, 6 hour settings. So it's really good if you say you put some lavender oil in there before you go to bed. You can set it to like an hour, so it will automatically turn off after an hour if you fall asleep or something like that. So yeah, I really recommend it. Like, I've used it about 3 times now. I used it once in the bath, and 2 times at night. I actually used it the 2 nights ago when I was up late doing some computer work. I had it going and it was really, really nice. So yeah, that's the Anjou aroma diffuser. I will pop a link of where I got it from in the description in case some of you are interested. And I'll quickly just go through the oils which I got as well. So I actually went into Holland & Barrett We don't have many shops in Southampton. Ooh, God, I thought the seat was collapsing then. We don't have many shops in Southampton that sell things like essential oils and things. Sorry, my tea's getting cold. So Holland and Barrett is probably like the only place where we can get it from. I'm really going to have to research if there's anywhere local that sells it. So I already had the lavender because I made the herbal bath tea bags with that. So I got the lavender. I also picked up clary sage and bergamot, which is beautiful, beautiful smell. That's my favourite. So they're all 100% pure essential oils, but I also picked up a chamomile blended essential oil. So this one you can put in the bath because it's blended. I think it's blended with almond oil. Oh yeah, sweet almond oil. So I popped a couple of drops of that into my bath. I did it last night, and the smell, I dropped 10 in. 10 is like my favourite number for oils. So I dropped 10 drops into my bath, but it was so relaxing. So the 100% essential oils is what I use in my diffuser, and I only use the lavender at night time. But the other two, actually, this leads me straight onto my book review, which is Aromatherapy by Christine Westwood. This is a very, very recent book, and it was sort of an impulse buy, because I was buying the oils, and this book was Buy It in Holland and Barrett, and it was £2.99. I mean, you can't go wrong. That's cheaper than a magazine. So yeah, I picked it up because I don't really know much about aromatherapy or about oils, so I thought £2.99. Now it's really thin, but honestly don't let that put you off because it's full of so much information. Where's the contents? So it tells you a bit about aromatherapy, how essential oils are obtained, how to store them, the general cautions. Sorry. Methods of using them, and there's also like reference guides. So near the back there's like a guide to the essential oils. So there's all the herbs and the flowers and all the essential oils which you can get. It tells you also when to use them for physical conditions and psychological conditions. So like basil, psychological conditions, lack of concentration, mind tired, exhausted, short attention span, memory poor, mental stimulation, lack of discipline. Oh gosh, I find it all so fascinating, and I like that it's, it's there. There's no, massive page of information that you don't need to know. It's just there, and that's all you need to know. There's also, if I can find it, a bit at the back with all the conditions. So let's find a good one. So here's a good one because it's just what we've been talking about. Overwork, and it's all alphabetical. So overwork, and the essential oils that you should use if you're feeling overworked are clary sage, lavender and rosemary. Now this in itself is worth the £2.99 because you can look up anything. If you've got sickness or if you're shivering, there's the oils that you need to use. It's that simple. So I really recommend this book, especially if you're like me, you're just beginning into the world of aromatherapy and essential oils. It's really fascinating, and for £2.99 you can't go wrong. So head on down to Holland and Barrett and pick yourself up a copy of this, or look online. I'm sure it's online as well. So yeah, I was reading that book when I was choosing my herbs, which is why I've gone for those 3. And they're all fairly similar. You know, they treat the same sort of psychological conditions, from exhaustion to overwork to depression, negative thoughts, being over analytical, stress, anxiety, that Monday morning feeling, shyness, lack of confidence, overactive mind, worry. Oh gosh, throwing the paper around now. Yeah, so they're my 3 chosen ones, and I've been using them in my diffuser, and it's been really, really great so far. Really, really great. So yeah, I'll pop a link to where I got the diffuser from if any of you are interested, and if any of you have, you know, any tips or anything for me, then that would be much appreciated. What else was there? Like, I have this whole thing in my head where, like, I think, oh yeah, I could talk about this, I could talk about that, and as soon as you sit down, it's gone. Oh, here we go. My dad does this thing, and he's done it for the past 2 years now, where he buys a diary just for his gardening, and I think I bought him one last Christmas as a little something extra, because, well, he doesn't keep a diary anyway, but I keep a diary, and I think, if I put my gardening stuff in amongst my private stuff, it's going to get lost. So I went out and bought myself a little diary. So it's just a little slimline one by Busy Bee. But what I liked about this, and this was half price, because obviously, you know, it's nearly the middle of February now. But what I liked about this one is that in between each weekly spread, you've got a little note. And that's in between every page, which I thought would be great. So what we do is we write down in our allotment diaries when we sow seeds, when we plant things out, when we harvest things, when we go to a garden centre, you know, when we add nutrients to the soil, anything that's related to the allotment or gardening we write down. And my dad actually looked through his last year diary, and he noticed that he sowed things a bit late, or, you know, things like that. It's handy to look back at. So I thought I'd have one just for my allotment. And I mean, you don't write much in it unless you're at the allotment every day. Like, there's I got a delivery of my king seeds, the last lot, all ready to get sowing now. And in the notes section I wrote down the things that I wanted to do this week, which reminds me that I've got quite a lot to do this week. So yeah, another little recommendation, because you can buy, you know, these little diaries are really, really cheap, just to keep you on track of everything, because like I said, it's good to look back at next year to see if you sowed things too late or too early, or if anything worked out. I also just want to quickly mention about these dungarees. Another one of my hobbies is sewing, and it's a hobby that always gets pushed to the back because I don't have time to do it. But I think it was 2 weeks ago, for a few evenings, I did some sewing. I think a helicopter's going over. Two helicopters. Sorry. I get really excited when helicopters go over. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, for the past couple of evenings, I've been sewing these dungarees. The pattern is by Pauline Alice, and they're called Choria dungarees. And I mean, I love dungarees anyway. Like, they're so useful to have, especially in the colder months, because, you know, you're all tucked in nice. But because I'm quite tall, like I'm 6 foot and my legs are 36 inches, I always struggle to find trousers to fit. So I thought I'd make my own, because I can make them however long I wanted them. You know, I can make the bib a bit bigger, which I did with this one. I made the bib a bit longer and a little bit wider, just to cover things. So when you're digging or sowing seeds, you know, you don't mess up your jumper or things like that. So it makes me feel a bit like a land girl, which I really love. I changed the pocket as well because they had a fake pocket on the front. Like, I never see the point of fake pockets. So I put in a little couple of pen ones and a big one there. There's 2 pockets on the front and there's 2 pockets on the back. But yeah, I'm really chuffed with them. So I'll be doing some jobs up the allotment to test them out a bit because I haven't worn them up the allotment yet. Also, I made a new sign for the shed. I don't know if you noticed it or not. And it hasn't actually got anywhere to live right now, so it's just hanging there. And it's making that poor picture a bit lopsided, but it took me ages to cut out all the little letters because I've sewn them all on. But it's just something I knocked up one evening because I felt like the little purple potting shed needed to be christened and it needed a sign. And while I was at it, I just made it double-sided. So yeah, it is my little haven, and I love sitting up here. Even though I know, like, I should be doing work, I need to be pruning so badly. Like, I've left it so late this year, but sometimes it's nice just to come up the allotment, to sit in the shed, just to get away from everything. And I know the road is there and it's horrible and it's noisy. I apologise for the road, it's horrible, but I can't move it. If I could move it, I would. But no, it's seriously, it's nice just to come up here and sit here. Even though the allotment isn't much to look at now, it's just that, you know, little sense of escapism. Like, the shed is 6x4, like, I can just about sit in it. But it's mine, and honestly, I wouldn't swap it for the world. I honestly wouldn't. People always say, oh, you know, would you like a bigger shed? But part of me thinks, I don't think I would. Like, I like that this is small and it's miniature. But I quite like it. Does that make sense, or is that just weird? Maybe, like, if I could have a bigger shed, I'd still keep this one. Oh, I don't think I could ever say goodbye to the little purple potting shed. But yeah, I think that's about it. I've also just realised that the past, like, 5 videos have just been me sat in the shed talking. So I will try and do a video where I get outside and I show you the plot. But like I said, there's nothing to look at right now, and it's a hideous, horrible mess. But I'm going to show you because, you know, things aren't perfect. And like I said about social media, you know, we need to start showing the bad sides to life because everything's not perfect. Everything isn't rosy all the time. So yeah, I'm going to try and do a video outside just to show you a bit, because I mean, some of the crocus bulbs are up, so they look nice, and some of the tulips are popping up. But I'll probably just give you a little bit of a tour and a little bit of the list of jobs that I need to do. But yeah, I think that's about it for this video. My tea's cold now. Ugh, never mind. Just give me an excuse to make another one. No, I need to get outside and prune because I'm so late. But I just want to say thank you for watching, and thank you to listening to me ramble on. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully the next one will be in Wales, because I'm heading down there on the 14th of February for a week or so. And there are currently 4 little lambs that have just been born. So yeah, I'll hopefully share a vlog for you from Wales with some little cute lambs in there. But that's about it for today. So I'm gonna do some pruning, make another cup of tea, try and do another video if I've got time. I think it's gonna rain. But yeah, I hope you're all warm and you're watching this inside a nice comfy house. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.